Hey Bonnie, I saw your message about the problems with typing math into Google, and this might not be exactly what you're looking for, but I thought this might be helpful, especially if kids are submitting through Google Forms. There's a Chrome extension called EquatIO, I think that's how you say it, and I have mine installed. You just click a button and it automatically installs, and I think you might tell it that you're a teacher or a student. I don't know if it really matters. But anyway, what it does is it lets you sort of natively inside of Google type in sort of like the Microsoft equation editor. It might take some training to get kids to do this, but it's actually pretty intuitive, or at least it feels like that to me. So I've clicked on the little EquatIO button here, and it gives me some options. The two main ones I could see being really useful are this button here, Equation Editor. So it's going to let me type into this new Word document that I've opened. So if I wanted to type like y equals 2x plus 4, pretty straightforward. I click Insert Math, and then it'll take a second. It's got to think. But you'll see the equation pop up in your document. And you can't quite interact with it like text like you do in Microsoft Word, but it's not too bad. I think if you click on it, it will let you go back and edit it. Anyway, you can do things like I want the greater than or equal to symbol. Just by typing greater than and then go for the equal sign, it automatically smushes them together into the symbol. You can insert that now. You can do fractions pretty darn easily. So I can turn this into a 1 and then hit the fraction bar button. Automatically creates a fraction. Insert that. So for teachers, if they're having trouble putting things into Google Docs or Google Forms, the nice thing is because this is a Chrome extension, any Google platform will let you natively use this EquatIO thing. For example, let me copy this, and we can show you the next cool thing it will let you do, which is kids can, somehow it's talking to Desmos, and I've copied my equation into Desmos now, so I have this inequality. So now I have this inequality, and I can play around with that, you know, change the signs, things like that, and I can insert that graph into whatever I'm creating as well. So there you can see that, and you can scale it around and move it and all those great things. The last thing, especially if you're having kids submit homework in Google Forms, I was just looking at some of these forms, looking at your probability one. I realized, of course, kids can just type fractions the normal way, but as we start to get more entrenched in this e-learning stuff, let me go to what the preview looks like if you have this installed. So this is, I'm 90% sure what kids would see if they haven't installed. This little icon tells you that you've got the extension. So I'm just going to pick one. Not even going to read it, but I click the EquatIO button and it pulls up this little bar at the bottom, which would let me type an equation. So let's say my answer really was 2/7. Then it will let me type it as an actual fraction. I can insert and it will give me the fraction of my answer. Let's try that with a graph. Let's say my graph was, just make this up, y equals 2/7. Maybe I can try that. Y equals 2x. Yeah. Let's see. We'll insert that as my answer. It will. So I don't know if that's the best solution. Kids, maybe a whole day of homework where kids just play around with it, or the teachers have to play around with it. But this might be a good workaround for the time being. I will say that I'm on a Windows device running Chrome. I've definitely used this, it was last year, but I've used this on Mac. I know that works. My concern is potentially with mobile devices. If they can't run full Chrome, whether you'll be able to do this or not. There is a mobile EquatIO app that I used on my iPhone that's not very good, but for maybe a majority of cases, if they've got computers, that we can make this work for now. Anyway, let me know if this is helpful, or if you have any other questions. I'm happy to run a tutorial for people to get people going on it. Thanks.